Yeah, guys, how's it going? Just gonna get some trading in here today. Looking at what it did. I haven't had a chance really to look at the market yet.
Order filled. Stop filled. Order filled. Stop filled.
Talk about choppy days, man. Today actually seems pretty. I mean, it's definitely a wide range, probably. Yeah, I'm really thinking like I could get a strategy automated for this soon.
Order filled. Stop filled. Order filled.
This, felt like it should go down watching it. But also, I was thinking it could be a spot where it breaks out and goes up. That's how it always is. It's like,
Stop filled.
yeah, that's not good. I just lost a good chunk there. I was expecting it to, I guess, yeah, break out. It is trending upwards there.
Order filled.
This was people going, oh, it's gonna drop, I'm gonna buy now because
Stop
it just
filled.
went up a little. And I just did that same thing. I'm seeing this and thinking, I need in 1 minute.
Order
That's what it-
filled.
It's gonna drop a little, but it should trend up still. Just trying to get this drop. If it does, it's not gonna.
Stop filled.
Hmm. Dude, this is definitely going to drop.
Order
Like, I'm
filled.
thinking about the way the order book has been playing out. It should go down just a little bit at least before it bounces back up. There's room it needs to clear.
Stop filled.
It still needs to go a little bit too. If we're looking at this one, I would think it would go down to at least like right here.
Order filled.
Just a little more down. I do think it'll go up. I
Stop
just think
filled.
that this area here needs to build a little bit more support. Like right in between here, there's just a few points. It'll probably just keep going up though. Next time it goes down a little bit more, I'm about to buy it.
Order filled.
Well, it's about to fall. Incorrect soon.
Stop filled. Order filled. Stop filled.
Alright, alright. Now, where to next? Next 5 minutes. I think this... Yeah, slightly downtrending. We're gonna hit sell market right now.
Order filled.
We're gonna watch it go down a little bit.
Stop filled.
This honestly, actually, I think with the way everything is trending, is gonna go back up. In 1 sec, I'm gonna buy a few.
Order filled.
And shit. And yeah, this looks like one of the ones that gets like kind of skinny, but then falls a little bit, and then there's a big one that right after that would pop up. You know, it's in the middle of a climb right now. It catches some resistance and then proceeds onwards. Ooh. Yeah, we want this to be successful no matter what, so I'm just going to keep moving this up. So this will always be profitable now.
Stop filled.
No matter what. Even if we sell out there, yeah, fine. We have a couple more minutes before the 5-minute rollover. At that point, I think that's when we could see some more movement with this. Yeah, we're in the green, dude. We are in the green. We were in the red, like 100 something, because I upped my number of trades and did one bad one. But no, I since then recovered. I'm getting it, dude. A few more days, and I don't think there's going to be any red at all. I think the market's just going to start going up continually because everyone's going to see how good I'm trading and get into it. First time seeing green, hell yeah, brother. It's yeah, it's good. I was just saying this one right here, yeah, is about to go up a bit, but then my sim account is still it's still getting there. It's still a negative 90 million or whatever, but alright, I was thinking this candle here would go a little bit, but this is going to be one of the ones that kind of normalizes back down, so this will come back down here before the next candle starts to actually go up in like a minute. So I think if we were to hit like sell market right now,
Order filled.
it's going to go down a little bit. Yeah, that was 5 minutes started over. And then here, what I'm doing now is I'm just moving it as fast as possible with the price to keep it in the green. I don't care if it is, you know, a lot or a little, as long as it's positive. Here we go, some more. We're just going to keep it
Stop
going.
filled.
Okay, there we go. So we just got some more. And that one is probably now going to start going up. Looking at the overall trend, you see it's going up. We got the daily right here. You can see there is this little dip, but overall it wants to keep both of those trends are going up. This one is on the 5 minute, the quick reaction. That was the dip I'm talking about. New bar starts, it's going to start going down. A lot of times it goes like the inverse way of whatever the market's going, but then it can easily recover. But the 5 minute bar is really good for that. But we're using 30-second here for most of the trades. We're making money back. I only lost like 700 the other day, so we'll have to just try to recover that. It's getting good though. Thinking that looks like it's gonna drop, yeah. Trying to visualize the depth chart right now in my head based off of how these candles look. Yeah, boy. We're doing it. Dude, this is definitely about to drop. No doubt. So I'm doing 2.
Order filled. Stop filled.
Alright, that works. There we go. That's some more. Going. Yeah, I did think it was going to fall more, but I wanted to be safe with it. Something I definitely learned trading other stuff is all of the I should have mentality can really like screw you over. You should just be happy with the trades that are successful. Instead of being like, oh, if I held for one more second, I would have made an extra $10,000. That just makes you lose in the end. You hold too long. But yeah, it definitely should. I agree. I'm looking at these. The 5 minute chart's about to roll over again. I'm going to hit sell right here at the top here. With 2. And it's either going to skyrocket
Order
or drop.
filled.
I was thinking it was going to drop, but this might actually go up. Alright, we're staying positive no matter what. I don't care if it's just a 3 P&L right here. I just don't want to lose money again. 5. Or something.
Stop filled.
We got a little bit. A little bit at a time here. with the idea that, yeah, it never works. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, never works. I'm just trying to save my, I think I can do
Order
like a
filled.
trade. Oh, that was bad. Oh no. Oh no. I do think it's gonna pull back a little bit. But, like, it's, I want to draw on my other screen, but I'm waiting. But yeah, the way the graph is going, it does, you know, show like the upward trend overall, but it was very rapid upward the past 15, 30 minutes. Not that it's going to stop going upwards, but that there should be just a little bit of a correction at least. Then we can maybe take advantage of. Oh no. Oh no. This might be one that just shoots up crazy. I need to get out of here. I think it's about to go up really high. When I exit this, I'm going to buy immediately.
Stop filled. Order filled.
Yep. And it's going up. Believe, believe. Ooh. Yeah, dude, give me a few days. A few more days on this. We'll have 20 accounts getting paid out every day. I gotcha. You just have to cut it at 0 or 0.25. Like, it's minimal loss, but if you get a good gain, you get a good gain. It's how the richest people in the world do it. They make like 90% of their trades fail. And they like cut out early, but then it's just because if they take all of those trades, the 10% of them are going to be massive and cover all of the losses they ever had.
Stop filled.
RIP. Thought that was going to keep going up. I see it's coming down here. Okay, yeah, I was going to draw earlier. Yeah, it's coming down. But I don't... Like, there's a lot of support that was up here prior. So I do anticipate people also continuing to support it upwards. I kind of want to look at the 15-minute chart. Get some insight.
Order filled.
Oh man, I'm definitely just playing this like a game now. Like, I don't know. It's different strategy than stock market for me. It is weak, yeah. So I'm saying you cancel when it's like 0 or 0.25 negative. But you would also only should be doing those in ones that you really are sure about or whatever. We need a plus 10
Stop
points here.
filled.
That's all I'm doing. I'm thinking we're gonna go long here in a sec. If this goes down a little bit lower, don't let it. Never let it hurt. Yeah, you just gotta get back up and try again. Yeah, this
Order filled.
is going. This is going.
Stop filled.
It doesn't need to change. You can, yeah, like take it into consideration. Oh shit, what a hop. Alright, we're gonna sell the top of this. It has to recover from that. Even for like 15 seconds.
Order filled.
Yeah.
Stop filled.
Damn. Never mind. I shouldn't have done that. But look, it did recover. I just put my stop too low. I should have just waited 2 extra seconds. Learning. Oh. 5-minute chart looks like that can't dip more, actually. It needs to end near the top here. And when I say that, of course, it could be different. But if we want this graph to look like it's not a scam for the end consumer, we need to make sure that the candles are aligned properly and don't look manipulated. So if this were to actually be dropped even further, it would look like the market is fake because there's just huge gaps. So the price is just moving around. If you get what I'm saying. Like this has to be enough volume around this range right here. I'm looking at the 5-minute chart so that there's not a huge gap. That becomes more important with like the daily or like the larger time span as you go up. I think I've talked about this before, but so it's going to be sitting around here at least for like 2 more minutes, and then it's going to fall. So while it's up here a little bit, I'm going to sell 4. It's going to go up a little bit more. Little bit more. Yep. Even a little bit more. We're waiting till 10:25. I don't know why I can't see the actual time on my clock anymore, but it's gonna go up a little bit more. Oh my god, dude. There's the clock timer. Getting ready. We're gonna try to snipe this. Alright, buying here.
Order filled.
So, when the minute rolls over, yeah, we're either going to see it go up like crazy or go down like crazy. I was betting on it going down. I think this candle will go lower and lower and kind of probably head towards the 23,500 range. But we'll see. Let's give it a few more minutes. I'm going to change up the terms. I'm going to make it so that when I'm saying I'm going to go long, it just means I'm going to hold it for longer than 30 seconds. I'm only going to use the 30-second window time reference to act as if that's the normal time. Then when people tune in, they'll be like, whoa, he's going long. But they don't know at all what it means. I think it would be pretty funny. Alright, where is this price going? No, settle down, settle down. You're not supposed to go above that line. We're in a downtrend for the next 45 seconds. Please go down. Mr. Burp, what's up, dude? My strategy right now, I don't really have it visually indicated. Mostly following the trend, but I've done a lot of trading with crypto in the past, and with crypto usually I'm able to see like the depth market chart, which shows the actual volume. With this, I'm not sure if I can do that without paying extra, so I'm mostly trying to visualize as these candles go up and down what the depth chart actually looks like. If you know what a depth chart is, I'll just show you on like the Coinbase one real quick, but it's kind of like this shows you all the active trades in real time, so you can see which way the market's actually pushing.
Stop filled.
So is that's not really like, oh shoot, that's not really a thing right now for this. So what I'm doing is the wicks of the candles are where it actually gets like pretty flat and pushes, essentially finding like the fair value gaps. But I've really just started with futures, so I'm actually just trying to come up with a strategy now. So I'm employing some of the tactics I've used in previous trading. Yeah, it's been chopping for a minute. In previous trading positions I've done prior with other markets, but for this one it's a lot of learning. Oh shoot, was it loud? I didn't. I actually don't even. I don't have my sound on right now. I should turn that on. Yeah, I was not not paying attention. It is loud. I've heard it before. I've seen other people doing it, and it'll just like yell through the screen. Oh shoot, I got you. Yeah. But yeah. Besides that, for my trading strategy, as we see we're building it out. I mean, the plan is to. Okay, that's good to know. It's not loud. But yeah, the plan is to eventually actually automate a strategy around this using NinjaTrader. I have a lot of programming experience with, like I've made bots that trade on like Coinbase and Kraken, but that was kind of all from scratch, and it was a lot of extra work to maintain. So finding an application like this where I can actually just use their APIs really quickly and make an indicator or a strategy seems pretty nice. Nice. Is it working well for you, or you've been messing around with it trying to figure out the right parameters? That has been pretty choppy. Oh yeah, that's rough. But yeah, doing it is the way to get it better. You gotta keep testing and just trying it out. That's what I'm gonna have to do very soon. Plenty of back testing, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out, in terms of visual indicators, I don't know if I really need to make them per se, because an automated strategy should be able to just look at the data it still might be nice to make an indicator that's like highlighting regions and showing you or indicating why it's making the trades. So that way you can actually figure out why it went to the trade and kind of troubleshoot if multiple went into a trade. What should be done next time to fix that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, trend following definitely. It works when it's going up. It it works a little differently when it's going down. I think for my strategies, typically I have ones that work better when the market is going down, but I pick naturally bullish assets that are going to go up over time anyway. So it's like during the down market trend, I'm usually trying to accumulate for a long position and save it, and then sell it when it goes up. But when it goes up, the market's going up, I have a hard time because it's like a lot of shoulda, coulda, woulda. I could have held it a little bit longer, and instead of just being like, okay, I'll hold and save when it's a better spot. There's definitely that mindset that comes along with that. But yeah, I'm really just following the trend right now, and then trying, like I said, to visualize the depth market, or the depth of the market as these candles go. So if you have like a picture of a book in your head, as the green bar is going up, you can visualize the red depth is getting smaller and flatter and more easily pushed against, but it is leaving behind a trail that is equally as pushed against. Yeah, I think Jason's actually going with a trend uh, type of strategy as well. Talking about it previously with him. You got some time to go. That's what my sim account looks like right now. And I'm negative 100 million on that one. Ugh. Yeah, actually, I wonder for the sim, the exit strategy, or what is the open position? Yeah, that one, that's not good. Mr. Burp, I don't know if you happen to see, but in the description of this stream, there should be a link to a website that we have been working on. We're hoping to get a lot of traders into that website to kind of talk about and develop a community around prop trading or automated trading, and have like a global community actually. So we've added like translation options and stuff so people can write in their native languages, and then as a user you can have it so it automatically translates everything to like English for you, or Korean or Chinese or whatever. But yeah, so we'll be posting there. I've been posting some stuff on there, like my trading journey. It's still a little bit in the works, but yeah, feel free to hop in and check it out. Right now there's no ads or anything, so user experience is pretty clean. But yeah, I see what you're saying about the automated traders. It's crazy, but I imagine with automated traders it's a little different, because if they put their code and stuff out there and people just copy it, then their whole trade is done. You have to. Oh, that's a good strategy. What if? Okay, guys, you're here early. We're gonna make a strategy that is a winning strategy, but it's it's like okay. But if we get enough people doing it, it's one that we can then trade off of. And so we know everyone's using a bot that trades the same exact way. You know when it's going to fail, and you capitalize on that. Dude, I bet you that we're gonna have a guy like that one day. There's a guy that's been asking us for some help. Are they profitable bots though? Are they actually? I'm not doing any trades right now. I gotta focus up. It's been chopping back and forth. It's been pretty tough to look at. I think this is going to make a little tiny triangle right there and then pop back up. Damn, that's pretty cool. Yeah, definitely someone will have to check out Right Line Trading. Oh boy. Honestly, I kind of think that this candle right here is about to start going up. I think so too. Oh. But yeah, I don't know. Mr. Burp, if you've done futures for a while, like I think you said you've been in it for what was it, a couple months, a few weeks in. This is my 5th day doing the actual futures trading. So first day, I just used my sim account. I think at the lowest point it was negative 1.2 billion. I didn't realize what I was doing and bought a lot of stuff right before it dropped, and I didn't even know like how the buttons really worked, so that was an accident. A year messing around and trying to find edges though. Nice, okay. That's still good. That's good. It's been a minute since I've actually done the trading. I started back in like 2020. Like actually right before the pandemic. I decided to leave my job that I had at the time and just go full-time trading and scripting like bots. But I was actually botting games. Like I like dealing with the market, but also I like writing bots. So I was writing RuneScape bots, if you know that game, and writing bots to like trade on the market and manipulate the market. So I would gather items, buy certain items off the market to make sure I was the only one owning them, and then I would set like certain sell and buy prices and force people basically to buy the items at the price I wanted. Because you could actually sell the gold in that game for real money too, so I was like farming that game. But but yeah, so I've always liked the market stuff, and now finally, like I had another project that I was working on that kind of just wrapped up, and now I have a lot of free time where I can actually work on this too. So getting back into it. Yeah, I don't know if you ever played old school RuneScape, but let's see. I think if I do this, go to here. So like this is I know this is over the stream, so sorry, but this is an item that I was trading on the market, and you can see like this also has like graphs with like real-time prices and stuff. You can see the price of this. If we could see like the longer term price, we're gonna go to all history. I started manipulating this one in like 2020. Actually, no, probably 2022. Right around the price being like 50. But I bought millions and millions and slowly raised the price. So those millions that I bought each at 50 now are like, I mean, I sell them, depending on what's going on, up to like 5,000 coins a piece or whatever, but it looks like the price is like nothing right now because people don't actually buy them in bulk. It's just I used some mechanics of the game knowing this is like an item people need. It's like, you know, raising the price on toilet paper during a pandemic. Like, people are going to buy this, but even if it's just the absolute minimum necessity they have. But you can see it got the market price up, and for the past 6 months it has not gone below the original price I bought it from. Yeah, it is definitely price gouging those kids. Yeah. I did this previously for some other items too. There was actually a whole like Reddit conspiracy about it. The people on Reddit thought it was the actual owners and moderators of the game trying to price gouge and like do their own currency manipulation behind the scenes. I did it with vodka. There was a point where the price of vodka was sitting around like, I don't know, a couple hundred, and then it went to $1 million in one day. Like, I know you can't really see here, but there was a day where the price actually did go for like $1 million just for one day. And so people were like thinking about that being a conspiracy because the amount of money that was transferred was crazy. I actually didn't do anything with the vodka when it was that price. I was doing everything beforehand, so I missed out on like if I actually translated the amount of money I would have made in game to real life money, it was like $50,000 worth of in-game currency. I did not do it. Right when that update happened, I was actually going through something else. I was like, I had let go of RuneScape for a little bit. Damn, it's gonna keep going down. I don't know though. Dude, trading like this feels way more like a game. Instead of just like actually letting the bot do it, you're like, where's it gonna go? And you're sitting here feeling. It is definitely a game. That's why I gotta write the program. This wants to push down, but it can't push down more right now. At least for the next minute. Oh shoot. Sell.
Order filled.
Oh no. Am I gonna lose money? The minute just rolled over. It should go down. Go, go, go. Drop, drop, drop. To determine that, I'm looking at... Oh shit, no. Don't cancel yet, please. Okay, am I gonna lose a lot here? I'm looking at this candle here and seeing how much it went like back and forth. Um, so it pushed down to here. There is room for it to like push back up pretty easily, but the whole entire time it was climbing up here, it was clearing out the majority of the traders in this range. Doji? I don't know what doji means. I gotta figure that out. Or if you can, do you have a... I'm really, like, okay, I definitely have self-taught myself a lot about this stuff. So if there's terms
Stop filled.
I might not know, I might ask. But yeah, I'm a newbie. Okay. Yeah, doji candles, man. Important to look out for. Yeah, actually, I learned the terminology like fair value gap and stuff like that not too long ago. And actually even the term averaging down. I literally I went into it without ever doing any research, and I just sat and watched the market like for days on end. Because there was a point where I was like, "Oh, this looks easy. I could trade," and I made a trade. I lost. I lost a lot, and I was like, "Oh my god, that sucks." And I vowed to never let that happen again like that. So, literally, like probably like 12 hours straight sitting and watching just the the depth chart in accordance with the candles moving. I was just watching both back and forth, zooming in to view like different granularities. Um, but yeah, I do think fair value gap, it's gonna be difficult to work on. Um, Basically, you need like the real time data, depth of the market. And what you can do is you can plot lines from each point that people are selling. Like if someone was buying here and someone was buying here, you could take the volume at this point and the volume at that point and then draw the line. Um, yeah, Dom, I know they have it. It's just I haven't really looked through many of the settings here and stuff. I got to get it figured out. But yeah, you can figure out like the slopes between these lines and the points that people are buying and selling at, and the length of those lines to figure out which areas are probably the best, most indicative of price movement. Uh, and once you do that, then you can set up your buys. But it's still like fair value gap is cool to like kind of guess where it's gonna go, but you don't actually know because people who have massive amounts of money could come into the market at any time and just like skip over one of those gaps. So even though it's one gap there, like you could easily go past one if someone just dumps or buys a bunch, who has more money than is usually participating in the market. Or if it's like happening on like the dark markets, or I say dark markets, the hedge funds trade privately behind the scenes with the most rich people because the amount that they trade changes the market so drastically that they can't release that information right away without crippling the market. And that's actually part of the manipulation of the market, right? So knowing that that happens, you can't just do it based off of one fair value gap. So you have to kind of weigh each of the gaps and then place buys in each of them, or like watch each of them and be ready to buy and sell or whatever. But scale it accordingly. So like based off the percentage that you believe in one, if you have one that's only 50% and then one that's like 80% reliable, you would put less money into the 50% one and more money into the 80% one, and with the idea that you would cover whatever you lost in the previous one. But you have to build like a chain of scaling buys that go down. That was a long rant, but I've thought about this so much that I've been working on it and formulating in my head. I have some of it already coded out, but like not for NinjaTrader. So that's the next part, is really getting into NinjaTrader. I've not been watching this. Getting too distracted. I should have bought there. That candle did look like it was going to go up. What are you thinking? Should we just do a sell at the end here just to either lose our gains or gain our losses? Let's do it. That one
Order
looks like
filled.
it's gonna go down a little. I'm just betting on a little bit of elasticity here where it might bounce down a little, even if the general trend is up. I mean, I might keep going past this.
Stop filled.
I made $9. Wow. Yeah. I'm trying to trade like a bot. Every trade can be under 1 second. Just catch these gaps. A $9 trade. I mean, I think it would test back down here again and then continue with its upward trend. But so I was talking about, I don't know if you hopped in the chat earlier when I was saying this, but like when you read about some of the most successful traders, the ones who actually use automated trading strategies, they make a huge amount of trades and then they just lose like 90% of their trades. But they lose such a small amount because they instantly set like the stop loss like at like losing the minimum, right? So if it goes up at all, you lose, right? But then the idea is if you win that trade, it will cover so much that you don't need to worry about the other 90% of trades. So if I keep losing these trades by just like winning like $1 or $2 or losing $1 or $2, but then can actually hone in on when it's going to be making big moves, the little scalps will add up over time, and then the big moves will really just push it all home. I really thought that was going to wait to go down. Nice, nice. Yeah, even grinding on weekends, it's actually something I liked about the crypto market was that it's open on the weekends too, so I was grinding on the weekends too. Um, but that's really cool then. So you're doing it like, is this like your full-time thing now, or are you working on getting it there? I mean, imagine with what you just said, coding back testing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Imagine with what you just said though that you're quite busy. You got a lot going on. Gotcha, gotcha. Freelance photographer. Nice. I am a software developer, programmer. And right now, this is the next task at hand. Yeah, I'm not even at that point, but I feel that. Like, having to deal with those people too. Like, sure, some people are great, but some people probably just don't understand your line of work to the point where it's like so hard to work with them. Like trying to explain to people how certain programs might be able to be planned or the timeline for them. I'm sure with photos, like having to take them and then develop them and edit them, some people don't even understand. It's a lot of work. But yeah. Definitely cool though. Can always appreciate a good picture, photography. Yeah, maybe. Um, I think people are going to be able to see a lot of it and tell that it's AI because there's just going to be certain things. And right now it's hard for people to see because they haven't seen it all, right? And had that huge data set of AI generated pictures to compare against real life. But yeah, I think at least like the junior photography positions might be. You probably need people at least with some amount of skill to check. Similar to like, you have all your photographers now who might work for a firm, and then you have editors who are like reviewing, like, sure, they edit their own pictures, but they're reviewing the actual pictures as a whole to make sure they all align with whatever organization, what their goals and values and anything else that they're trying to hit are. They're trying to align all that. So I think, yeah, similarly, I actually was talking to Jason about this the other day, programming. There's a lot of people who think it'll get replaced, a lot of people who think it won't. It's going to be a mix. Very beginner positions probably get replaced because it is a lot of just copy and paste. But even those spots will still need to be checked by people. I try to use AI to code, and it's helpful for like some things, but it does require someone who knows what they're doing to go through and double check everything. Otherwise, you can break stuff like introducing bugs that you would not even know were there until someone hacks your website and leaks all the information to everyone. So, but yeah, hopefully, if AI actually does go that route, we figure out some other stuff and society will change a bit, because it won't be realistic to have everyone's jobs getting replaced and then expecting people to pay to live still. So government structures will probably have to change. The ideas and expectations of jobs and making money would have to change, or what it means to be valuable or worth something. But yeah, curious to see where it all goes. I'm a proponent of like universal basic income. I see it as unavoidable. If people have to pay to do stuff like buy food or live somewhere, there will not be enough jobs. So that will have to be figured out. I don't think that all the current implementations are correct, and definitely have their flaws, but it just doesn't math saying people simultaneously wouldn't be able to get jobs and have to pay for stuff. And all of that structure, if you think about it, is arbitrarily made up and defined by humans themselves. So like the government themselves, even enforcing you having to pay, is based off of other stuff that's been built up over time, but is not truly a physical law of this reality. You don't have to pay. So I think if society wants to progress, they're going to have to figure some of that stuff out. But we're going to see. In the meantime, I'm just going to make bots a trade. Yeah. Yeah, I do understand totally the idea of like, oh, well, what about like the idea of people not feeling like worthwhile, or they don't have like meaning in their lives, or I think people will figure out ways to evaluate what is worth it to them and how they justify their lives and what they value in their lives. But it will prompt huge rediscoveries of what that means to them. It'll be like another renaissance. Like, technological advancements push us past just surviving to the point where people have to rethink. So, like, the Industrial Revolution also did that. Yeah. I mean, at a certain point, people were just, like, trying to farm potatoes and live. And then society built up a bit, got a little more industrious, started building things that relieved that stress, and then people started painting or thinking, philosophizing, or whatever. Yeah, yeah, I mean, it's really hard to talk about this kind of stuff because there's so many things that, like, either on paper or in practice are great, but then the inverse is not true. So, like, you get people arguing about government structures, and they're like, oh, we need to do communism, we need to do socialism, we need to do capitalism, we need to do libertarianism, or all these anarchism. And they have examples where they're like, look at how this works. But then there are examples like a real life example or a book example. And usually you don't have an example that overlaps. So, like the idea like communism, it's like, oh, it's perfect. Everyone does their part and gets their fair share. But then you look at like the real world implementations, and it's extremely easy for like those in power to quickly corrupt that system and take it, you know? And then very similarly for pretty much everyone. It fully depends on the people at the top. Capitalism, too, you know, you have companies that can shape the laws and then force it so that they are basically as free as people themselves. Uh, on paper, a lot of them sound great. But yeah, so universal basic income, it is inevitable. And people will make it sound great on paper in certain ways, and people will also make it sound terrible. But it's just going to be a matter of how it actually gets implemented. Don't know how yet. Do think that even democracy and republics themselves are problematic. We're getting into a politics chat here. I should have ended the stream already. Well, okay, Mr. Burp. I can talk about this stuff all day, so I'm gonna have to call it here because I gotta end the stream. Um, but yeah, if you are curious to see where this goes, and maybe we get some coding in soon, get some automation going, and talk some ideas, feel free to subscribe and tune in. I'm streaming every day from Monday to Friday, 9:45 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time, give or take. But yeah, just trying to get some trades in, and oh, sweet, thank you for the subscription, thanks. Getting some trades in, and we're gonna get programming very soon. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll go do some research. Maybe we'll get some indicators going or something. But I do kind of want to get my P&L up on this account. It is fun to just look at numbers go green. But yeah. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, hopefully we'll get more people in here and we can actually start a whole squad day trading automatically. The pattern site. Alright, sounds good. The pattern site. I'll do it. I got it right here. I will read through this. Thank you. I'm trying to take a lot of different resources. Okay, yeah, no, that's good. Then I'll actually learn some terminology and can actually be able to talk to people for real. Not think that they're just like Doji, isn't that like, I don't know, Doji Cat or something? Some music artist? I have no idea. But yeah. Alright. Yeah, thanks again for tuning in. I will check that out. There's also, I think you told me about that old streamer guy running all those bots. So we'll look back into that guy too. But yeah, later guys. Thanks again. Right line trading, right. Alright.